Persia, an ancient name that evokes images of grand empires, dazzling cities, and a culture rich in art and science. For thousands of years, this land was a cradle of civilization, shaping the world with its innovations and beauty. Yet, if you search for Persia on a modern map, you'll find only Iran. So, what happened to Persia? Did it vanish, or did it transform? The truth: Persia never disappeared. Its people, language and culture endured through centuries of change. The shift from Persia to Iran was a conscious decision in the 20th century, aligning the country's international name with what its people had always called their homeland. To understand this transformation, we must journey back to the earliest days of civilization on the Iranian plateau. Here, ancient peoples like the Elamites laid the foundations for the great powers that would one day rise from this storied land. In the 2nd millennium BCE, Indo-Iranian tribes migrated into the plateau, bringing new languages and customs. Two tribes would shape history: the Medes in the northwest and the Persians in the south, in Parsa. The Medes unified, overthrew the Assyrians, and built the first great Iranian empire. The Persians, initially vassals, learned from the Medes and quietly grew in strength. Their relationship was one of kinship and rivalry, bound by shared culture and intermarriage. When the balance shifted, it wasn't a foreign conquest, but a family matter. This set the stage for a leader who would unite both peoples. The world was about to witness the birth of an empire unlike any before. The destinies of Medes and Persians were now inseparable. From Parsa emerged Cyrus the Great, who led the Persians in revolt and united Medes and Persians into a single empire. Cyrus's rule was marked by inclusion and respect, forging loyalty and stability. His conquests created the vast Achaemenid Empire, stretching from the Indus to the Aegean. Cyrus's policies of tolerance became legendary, immortalized in the Cyrus cylinder. Outsiders, especially Greeks, encountered the empire through its Persian rulers and called the entire realm Persia. This name stuck in the Western imagination, even as the people themselves called their land something else. For centuries, Persia became the shorthand for this mighty civilization. Yet within the empire, a different name endured, one that would eventually reclaim its place. The story of Persia's name was just beginning. The Achaemenid Empire fell to Alexander the Great, ushering in Greek rule. Despite Hellenistic influence, Persian culture and language persisted beneath the surface. Native dynasties like the Parthians and Sasanians rose, blending old and new traditions. The Sasanians revived Zoroastrianism and presided over a golden age of Persian art and science. Internally, the name Iran, the land of the Aryans, gained prominence, reflecting a shared identity. Even after the Arab conquest and the spread of Islam, Persian language and culture survived, adapting and flourishing. Epic works like the Shahnameh celebrated the kings of Iran, reinforcing this internal identity. While outsiders still called it Persia, the people increasingly called it Iran. The duality of names became a defining feature of the land's identity. The Safavids unified Iran in the 16th century, establishing Shia Islam as the state religion and shaping a distinct national identity. Their capital, Isfahan, became a center of art and architecture, fueling a cultural renaissance. For Iranians, their land was Iran, a unique realm of faith and heritage. Yet Europeans continued to call it Persia, a name steeped in ancient grandeur. This dual identity, Persia abroad, Iran at home, persisted for centuries. Even as dynasties changed, diplomatic correspondence used both names. The world saw Persia. Its people lived in Iran. The 20th century brought a new era of nation-states and self-determination. Reza Shah Pahlavi, after overthrowing the Qajars, sought to modernize and unify the country. In 1935, his government formally asked the world to use Iran instead of Persia. The goal to assert national sovereignty and reflect the country's true identity. Iran was inclusive, representing all ethnic groups, not just Persians. The change marked a break from colonial-era naming and a step toward unity. The world began to adapt, and the name Iran entered the global lexicon. Reza Shah's vision was to build a modern nation rooted in ancient glory. By adopting Iran, he linked the present to the legacy of Cyrus and the Sasanians. The international community gradually accepted the new name, though Persia lingered in cultural contexts. Some mourned the loss of the romantic name, but others saw the value in embracing Iran's true heritage. In 1959, a compromise allowed both names to be used interchangeably in formal settings. Iran became the official name, while Persia remained a symbol of cultural pride. This dual naming policy bridged past and present, honouring both tradition and modernity. The nation's identity was now firmly its own. Today, the country is officially the Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran is used in all official and diplomatic contexts, reflecting the nation's sovereignty. Yet, Persia endures as a cultural and historical term, evoking empires, art and poetry. Persian art, literature and cuisine are celebrated worldwide. The Persian language, Farsi, remains central to national identity. Iranian refers to all citizens, regardless of ethnicity. Persian often refers to the largest ethnic group and their language. Thus, Iran is the modern nation, while Persia is its cultural and historical legacy. Both names coexist, each telling part of the story. To use them well is to honour a civilization's journey. Together they reveal the depth and resilience of one of humanity's oldest cultures. The journey from Persia to Iran is a story of transformation, not disappearance. The civilization the Greeks called Persia lives on, now known to its people and the world as Iran. This change was a declaration of identity and sovereignty in the modern era. The legacy of Persia endures in language, art and tradition, woven into the fabric of Iranian life. Both names, Persia and Iran, evoke pride and history. Understanding their relationship reveals the richness of this ancient civilization. The story of Persia and Iran is one of resilience, adaptation, and enduring cultural brilliance. And as history continues, their story remains a vital part of our shared human heritage.